organizations who use Crosswinds Corporate Counseling are doing phenomenal work in Indianapolis, but they also have the kind of compassion for their employees that we love to see, truly investing into people. And sometimes, as you will see tonight, it may be in organizations that you don't think of when you think of good mental health. Lisa Lenzke is with us right now. She's from Prime 47 downtown, the general manager there. And Lisa, yours is one of those organizations, and this is what I mean. A lot of us go to a restaurant and we don't think of it as a company or an organization. We don't think of it as someone who needs to take care of their employees. We're simply there to eat and to consume and thinking about ourselves, and we don't think about you oftentimes in that role. So I want to talk about that, but first I want to just get kind of an overview of Prime 47 downtown. Tell us about your restaurant. Absolutely.
So Prime 47 downtown is a locally owned, independent steakhouse. We've been on the downtown there since 2003. There's actually a handful of us that have been here that entire 18 years, and it's amazing.
Wow.
But that comes with taking care of your employees and your staff and your people. It's amazing downtown events, Pacer games, Colts games, conventions, and then your Friday, Saturday night, date night, birthday parties.
Right.
It is the place to be, and we love, 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 love to take care of our guests, and it shows. And that's what keeps people coming back to Prime 47.
Yeah, I'm geeking out a little bit because and my team will tell you this, I love ice cream. Ice cream is pretty much my favorite food, except for one thing.
What's that?
Steak. There is no better food in the world than a well done, and I don't mean well done, I mean a steak done well. What is it about Prime 47 downtown that makes you such an incredible steakhouse? Because I've had dinner there and it's just been fantastic. What is it that goes into making a great steakhouse?
So first of all, you just have to start with the best meat available. We work with Purely Meat Company out of Chicago. We do serve USDA Prime, which is going to be that top 2% of beef in the country. So there alone, you just start with the right product. On top of that, we also have the Japanese Wagyu. We also have Australian Wagyu. So we're getting the best product available. And then on top of that, Chef Brandon, Daniel, Felipe on grill, Christina, they are the ones that make the magic happen. Their love for what they do and in that steak, in those salads, in the mashed potatoes, it's that heart, it's that soul in that makes the food terrific.
Yeah, tell me about that real quick. And already I'm having trouble. My mouth is watering so much I'm going to have trouble with this interview. But there's just kind of a traditional steak, potatoes, salad. People know what they want. How do you branch out? How do you keep that menu fresh? How do you do things that appeal to customers who don't simply want steak, potatoes, salad, glass of wine?
You know what? You just start changing it up a little bit. We change our menu about quarterly, small tweaks. Our filet is always going to be our filet.
Right.
It's always going to have our house seasoning on it.
Don't mess with that.
It's perfection.
Right.
But if you want to try something new, we have different enhancements. You can get a creamy, spicy crab topping on it, your classic crab Oscar, a horseradish blue cheese crust. You know, so if you want to start a branch out a little bit, you can. But you can also just make small tweaks to the menu. So we rolled out our fall menu now. And our pork chop, which was a staple, over mashed potatoes, peppercorn gravy, we decided to do a cedar brined pork chop over sweet potato mash, topped with a sage brown butter. It's incredible. And that's where you start to get people to give this a try. It's mouth-watering.
Right.
Maybe I won't have a steak. I'll try a pork chop tonight.
I'm starting to think this interview was a mistake.
Is it lunch yet?
I need another meal right now, that's for sure. Lisa, let's take a serious turn, though, and talk about your restaurant as an organization and the fact that you are there with your employees, real people going through the same pandemic that the rest of us are going through, dealing with the same stuff in life that all of us are. Why is taking care of them so important to you? Because not every business, not every organization has that mindset. How have you done it, and why is it so important to you?
Without our people, without our staff, we'd be nothing. We would not exist as a company, as a restaurant, as an experience for guests to come and enjoy. So these are the staff members that, for whether they were hired on at months by May or March of 2020,
yeah,
or had been with us for 15, 16 years, they're the ones that make it happen. So it is so important to make sure that we are able to give back to them everything they put into the restaurant. It comes full circle. So whether it was, okay, you know what, the restaurant is closed, but we're doing takeout for 2 days a week, come on in, sign in, we'll pay you an hourly rate. We had people painting, extra details in the gold paint in the building, just to give them something to do as a way to make the money, to make sure they were taken care of until the unemployments and everything else came through, because we did not want to leave them abandoned, stranded. We set up a food pantry, essentially, because we were expecting a huge weekend with the Big Ten men's tournament, and it got canceled on Thursday.
Right.
So we're sitting on all this food. So we literally just set up a pantry. Come on through, grab a bag of produce.
Wow.
Buy some meat, grab some meat. Because that product, instead of it just going bad, let's give it to our staff. Let's give it to our people, because we didn't know how long anything was going to last.
Right.
And then it was, I want to say, about 6 months into the pandemic, so after the restaurant had reopened, you realize how hard mentally it was to come into work and to battle every day with changing situations, as far as you can only be open for outdoor dining. Yeah. Everything needs to be 6 feet apart, masks, gloves, overly sanitizing and washing your hands, because you just didn't know what was happening. And that's when we joined with Crosswinds Counseling.
So tell me about that partnership with Crosswinds Counseling. What has that meant to you as a restaurant and to your employees as they have gone through all of those things that all of us have been dealing with?
It really is incredible. There is not another restaurant that I can think of, certainly that any of our employees have worked for, that I believe offer a solution like Crosswinds. Just the text messages I'd get on the side as, thank you so much, dealing with, it's the restaurant industry. You're going to have people with addictive personalities. Right. So whether it's, I can't get out of bed today, I'm depressed, whether it's maybe getting a little too far into a bottle, anniversaries of losing family members, whether it's to COVID or not, it is an outlet, it is a support system, and it just provides them an opportunity to get the help they need, instead of everyone just talking amongst themselves and thinking that they have an answer. Let's talk to a professional. Yeah,
it's a great idea. And Lisa, we thank you so much for partnering with Crosswinds, but for investing into your people, for treating them like real people. That is, unfortunately, still fairly unique in the world. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for getting our mouths watered tonight. Prime 47 downtown, one of the great restaurants really in the United States, a fabulous steakhouse. Lisa, we thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you.